the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Late Keisha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell cause the tea don't stop.
Hey guys, back again. I want to jump into this video because I had to go back and look, and I tried to give Porsha some credit, but y'all know what? I can't even give Porsha no credit because whose fault is it? If I go back and look at Porsha history, it's given narcissistic vibe.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Okay, guys. So in this episode, we kind of talked about earlier with regards to the Shamia situation, and basically Shamia telling Porsha, like, girl, look, these are things that I did not like. However, I was not the one that brought them up. I was pretty much just responding to those. We saw Porsha look so uncomfortable. And, I wanted to think like, hey, what is going on with Porsha? Why does she look so uncomfortable when it just seems that her friend is saying, girl, look, I wasn't the one that brought it up, but since they brought it up, we're on the show, I addressed it. But Porsha just seems so like, girl, what? Like, she just didn't seem like she wanted to hear it. And, maybe sometimes I, expect for, so much time to have passed to maybe, think that you have matured. But I just don't think that Porsha matured. And I think that razzleness that I was seeing in her face was just a sign of immaturity, because from my standpoint, I understood what Shamia said. I understand that they're on the show, and Porsha understands this as well. But what I did not understand is Porsha was given that same behavior that we have saw before. I also spoke about how Porsha got up and went to the bathroom. Now, my immediate response is, I hope Porsha don't put her hands on Shamia. So I really thought that she went to the bathroom to try to get out of putting her hands on Shamia, because I felt like her leaving the table was because she really wanted to cool off, because we know how she's been in previous seasons. But then I'm just like, okay, because I really be wanting to give Porsha some credit, but it's hard. And y'all know what? I said, let me just look. I know there's something I can find about Porsha that's good. And guess what, y'all? Unfortunately, I was not able to find anything good about Porsha. But y'all know what I did find?
No, because it's the fact that now all of a sudden, everybody trying to act like Porsha's a bad friend. Baby, Porsha Luther King Super Williams Guobadia been a bad friend. What have you been? Okay, do y'all not remember the season where her best friend Shamia got married and she opted out of going to her wedding because she didn't feel like it? Do y'all not remember when her sister Lauren got pregnant and she decided to rush a pregnancy of her own to try and overshadow her sister? Do y'all not remember when she rushed her relationship with Dennis and Candy tried to tell her, hey, he's a hoe. He likes to go around and cheat. Hey, he has an apartment in Midtown. He got all these bitches' names on his back. And what did Porsha's dumbass do? She sat there and she said, oh, I'm licking them at night. I'm licking them at night. And what about when she beat Jamie's ass in the alleyway? What about how she was involved with the whole Candy and Phaedra rumors, Dungeon Gate? What about when Phaedra was sitting there spreading rumors about Shamia, talking about how she was a lesbian and Porsha ain't had nothing to say, didn't try to defend her at all? At all. Because we could also bring up when she made up with Kenya, only to then turn on Kenya because Nene was now back in town. And oh my God, I missed you so much. I missed you so much. I needed my sister. Yeah. Porsha been trash. Porsha has been trash. And guess what? That's not where it ends because we can keep going. And then we get to season 13 with Bolo Gate. Porsha freaky ass sitting there talking about something. Oh, somebody eating me tonight. Somebody eating me tonight. So she convinced her best friend Tanya to have a threesome with Bolo. And instead of her taking a rep for Tanya, who was partnered at the time, instead of her taking a rep for her best friend, Tanya couldn't take the heat. And she not only skipped town, she skipped the rest of the goddamn season. Okay, Porsha, were you a good friend then? Meanwhile, the whole entire season, we thinking she had just met Simon, but she had been met Simon and been all up and through that lady's house, and Simon had been all up and through her. They gonna come and gaslight the audience talking about something. Oh, we just met a month ago. Oh, dummy, y'all met a month ago, and now you already got him around your child. So now you a bad friend and a bad mother. What we talking about? Porsha knew she couldn't take the heat, so she decided to quit all of her jobs, okay? After gaslighting the public about how long she had truly known Simon, she decided to quit all of her jobs. And then, mind you, it was 2020, 2021, during the era of Black Lives Matter. And Porsha decided, ooh, I'm going to do a reality show that's going to be based off me as an activist because I'm so woke and my grandfather, Hosea, and his legacy. And she had all of us fooled only to get down to the Bravo TV screens and give us something that looked like it came from Zeus. Was she down there with that lady husband and over there fighting her baby daddy's mama? Was she a good friend then? Was she a good person then? Mind you, everybody on the show was so tight-lipped and scared to even approach Porsha about the situation or even speak about the situation, or Porsha would have cursed them the fuck out. So then we get to 2024, and Porsha announces, oh, I'm not returning as Porsha Williams. Nope, I'm returning as Porsha Guobadia. Ha! Okay, only for her to turn around and divorce the man and then make sure that she befriends Kenyamoore so that Kenya doesn't drag her the same way Kenya dragged her with Bolo Gate and make sure that Kenya doesn't get into her ass in subsequent episodes. Clock that too, if y'all haven't noticed yet. Because why did not Kenya ask her about all of the wives that Simon had and how Porsha was what? Number 10, number 11, number 12? She premeditated that. Okay, boom. So then we get to this season where now we have Drew calling her, texting her, trying to get in contact with her, Porsha paying her dust. Dennis saying that he already done talked to Porsha, and Porsha getting on camera trying to act like she don't know what the fuck is going on because she intentionally is doing that. She's intentionally trying to avoid anybody bringing up Simon, and she's trying to use this whole Drew and Dennis situation as a storyline in an effort to not have to bring up Simon, because the only time she wants to bring up Simon is with Dirty Diane. And we've already seen Dirty Diane for her goddamn works, laying up in Cordell's bed, eating pizza. Yeah. Porsha been trash and so was her mama, child. Who the fuck you think told her? Who the hell you think told her? She been trash. And now that Shamia is front and center, the people are loving Shamia. Shamia has a front center peach. Like, it's becoming more and more evident. I don't know where the hell y'all been, but the rest of us been hit to Porsha not being shit. She may have had y'all fooled, but baby, we've been seen through that big booty and a smile. Okay, Porsha, get out of here, Miss Luther King.
Listen, she got my whole life together because she told it like it should have been told. And I thought about that. I was like, you know what, Porsha, girl, you've been the same person. Nobody can give you grace because you don't give other people grace. Like, you are just not a good person. And the bad part about this, y'all, is Porsha is sitting up there using this situation with her husband as if Shamia didn't just go through a miscarriage. Shamia lost the child, as if she didn't have anything in her life. Then not only did that happen to Shamia, if y'all follow her story, then Shamia, she used a surrogate, and then using a surrogate, she also had to deliver Shamia's baby early, which meant that her baby Shiloh has health complications. So Portia's talking about her one divorce, and Shamia is going through, or was going through hell. Hopefully, it's gotten a lot better. And it made me think, I said, you know what? You can't give Porsha any grace because she's just a horrible person. And isn't it interesting how the TikToker brought up her mother? And that was the exact same thing that I said. Porsha's mother has seemingly taught her some really, really, really bad things. So let's get into this other one, y'all, because it seems like, I was trying to give her grace, but it seems like she don't deserve it.
Porsha is totally a narcissist. I've always suspected it from past seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta, but watching the new season last night, it totally confirmed my beliefs. She is 100% a narcissist, and this is why. Porsha is the dangerous pick-me girl. She's the dangerous best friend, and that's the best friend that will play in your face for many, many years and low-key be jealous and competing with you the whole time. And we know Porsha and Shamia are close friends. So after witnessing Shamia is sitting in wealth. Her husband is extremely wealthy. They live lavishly, pure luxury. That is what you call wealth. If y'all watched Housewives and you saw Shamia's house, she threw a birthday party at her house. Baby, her and her husband are living in a lap of luxury. Beautiful home. Then he surprises Shamia. We're talking about her husband. He surprises her and gives her a Rolls Royce worth $500,000. So now it makes sense. If her and Porsha have been friends for well over 10 years, Shamia, we haven't seen Shamia's life. Okay, Shamia has done a good job because she's been on other episodes in the past of Housewives. She has done a great job of protecting her man, her family, keeping her home out of the spotlight. But after seeing Shamia and how she lives and how much her husband adores her, it is very clear that Porsha wants what Shamia has. Porsha is envious and threatened by Shamia. She wants Shamia's lifestyle. She wants a husband to spoil her. She wants to be a kept wife. She wants everything that Shamia has. And every time Shamia does something, she's got to one up and do. She's competing. Shamia gets pregnant, she has to get pregnant. Shamia does this, she's got to do that. She's got to do. It is clear as day. Porsha is the jealous, envious friend that smiles in your face, but low key will fucking hate and resent you because she does not have your life. I don't know. Can y'all see what I see? And so many things. Watching the Housewives, the new season last night, stood out to me when Shamia's husband surprised her with the Rolls Royce, the brand new car that's worth $500,000. Absolutely gorgeous car. And she's loving on her gift. She's jumping in the car, getting the feel of everything, and everybody's snapping pictures and clapping. Why does Porsha show up to her birthday party super late? Everybody's there on time except Porsha. Porsha decides to arrive fashionably late, right in the middle of Shamia ungifting her gift that her husband gave her, the Rolls Royce. So Porsha interrupts everything and, hey, friend, I'm here in the middle of Shamia, testing out her new car and showing it off to everybody. She ruined Shamia's moment. That was her birthday present from her husband. And Porsha was like, oh, bitch, no, not today. I'm about to crash your party. And look, everybody, I'm here. Porsha's in the building. It was so cutthroat of Porsha. Porsha's a nasty fucking bitch. And I call Porsha a narcissist because by now y'all should know that these reality TV shows, this is all they hire when they put a cast together. They hire toxic, narcissistic people because they make for the highest ratings. Narcissists guarantee drama, backstabbing, cheating, cutthroat shit. So that's the type of cast they will, put together. So Porsha is a villain. Porsha will sleep with your husband. Porsha will do cutthroat stuff. Porsha will, she's ruthless. We've seen her, what she did to Phelan. So this is my prediction with Miss Porsha because I don't like her. I think Shamia is a lot smart. I love Shamia, by the way. She's got the dopest personality. I love Shamia's personality. I wish Shamia would get her own reality show. She does not need, I hope that was a one and done thing, showing off her home and her husband. She does not need to show them off anymore because when you expose your personal family to reality TV, it has a way of destroying your family. I hope that was a one and done thing with her just having fun, a birthday party, and she never shows her home and her husband ever again. Keep that off. Keep it separate. Protect it, Shamia. But I would like to see Shamia with her own reality TV show just off her fam. She's dope. I love Shamia. But anyway, I think Shamia knows Porsha inside and out because she's been married. Shamia has been married for over 10 years, and she has, she's smart enough to know not to allow Porsha to overstep boundaries. She's been able to handle Porsha, I think, better than anybody. That's why Porsha won't try her. But still, you got to watch out for a bitch like Porsha around your husband and in your home. I think the producers of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they're going to build this entire season around Porsha's karma. I see Porsha getting karma. I see Drew sleeping with her baby father. If it ain't Drew, it's going to be somebody else. They might even allow Simon or Phelan to pop up a surprise visit. Let this season be the season that Porsha gets her motherfucking karma. I hope the producers set her ass up because I'm here for it. She's no good. And if I was Shamia, keep that bitch at a distance. You stay out my home and away from my husband because you're no good. But I hope Shamia gets her own show. She does not, she's dope and everything. And the birthday party was cool. But I don't think Shamia is built to be next level toxic like the rest of the ladies. Okay. Shamia, get your own show. But Porsha, let this be the season where everybody comes for her neck. Everybody comes for her neck because I don't buy. She tried to sit in her lawyer's office and cry and play victim. No, boo-boo. You went up in Phelan's home and you preyed on her husband.
Listen, y'all, I tried, but it's just nothing good here. Porsha is who she is. So, in really trying to decide what was going on in her brain, it seems like what was really going on is if it's not her way, she don't want to deal with it. So maybe that was, what was going on because her breakdown and sitting there and walking out, it just didn't make sense. And to constantly tell Shamia, pretty much, girl, be quiet and to stop when you know you on a show and that these are things that's going to be discussed. Was she getting dragged, honey, over there on the TikTok, honey? The girls is dragging her for filth. And, I was trying to find something good to say, but it just don't exist.
Yes, Shamia, get out that narcissistic friendship, girl, because y'all know narcissism and friendship is so real, where oftentimes there's that one friend that thinks she's supposed to always be the center of attention, and she can say and whatever and joke on everybody else in the group, but God forbid you say something to her. She can give everybody else in the group advice about their man, their kids, their family, what they need to do. But the one time you say something to her, the one time you recommend or say something about her relationship, she can't handle it. She never apologizes to you. You always got to apologize to her. She will go on and keep on hanging out with all the other girl groups, and you be the one on the sideline because basically everybody in the girl group she has basically loyal to her anyway. We deal with narcissism in these friendships where you go out and they think they're supposed to, again, be the center of attention. Any man that come up, they're supposed to be the ones to get first dibs on them. They think every man that come up wants them. This is these narcissistic friends. They don't reciprocate. Everyone's always showing up for their birthday parties, but they only showing up to half of yours, or they're not making the same effort for your birthday party. Like, these are very selfish friends. Go on a trip. We doing everything they want to do. But then when you say, I want to do this, I don't want to do that, girl. Just selfish. So I'm proud of Shamia saying, guess what? If Porsha's not going to reciprocate after I've held her down, and then Porsha knows how much this girl has gone through with her children and everything, like, yeah, you need a friend that's going to reciprocate the same energy. Have a good day.
And that's pretty much what I just said. It's not like, Porsha is the only one going through something. And I get it. And I get it that she is going through a divorce. But what about Shamia? Like, this lady lost a baby and then she has another child, who's dealing with some health challenges. What about her? Like, does what she go through, is that not sufficient to what you're going through. I mean, it is, in all honesty, it's really giving narcissistic vibes, you know, you're it just, it does give that. People, yeah, dogs barking and shit in my background, but yeah, it really, unfortunately, it really gives that she don't really care about anybody but herself. Because in thinking, I mean, Shamia has a lot going on. She had a lot going on. But for you to overlook a mother, the loss of a child, and then she had another baby, you know, and she's talked about those health challenges. But to, you know, to really sit back and think that Porsha didn't consider anything that Shamia is going through, but constantly talked about her marriage. But keep in mind, this is a marriage that she hopped on another man ding dong of another woman's husband, and then you file for divorce. I mean, what did you think you were going to get in a man that you creeped into some other woman's house to get? Like, what exactly did you expect? So I have to change what I originally said, because after thinking, I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm trying to give Porsha some credit, but you know, I guess the hoe can't get no credit, because